welcome to Freelance World. I'm Michelle Barkley.
I'm Donnie Robertson.
And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about what VAT is, why you would need to be VAT registered, and when. So if we'd just like to start by Donnie, if you explain to us what VAT actually is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, VAT is something that we come across on a regular basis. It's something that business will add to their services. So whether it's your weekly shop that you did at the weekend or the quote from the garage, that will have been involved at some stage.
So we're just going to talk a little bit about when you would need to be VAT registered. My understanding is that you need to be VAT registered when your turnover reaches the threshold of £73,000.
Yeah, that's right. You can either do it before 73,000 or once you reach 73,000, but at that point you must register for VAT. That's one of the rules.
So you have to be VAT registered then, but you can also voluntarily VAT register.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of companies will VAT register right at the beginning. Often there can be a benefit for businesses who register for VAT. And it also takes the hassle away that when they do reach the threshold that they have to worry about
something new.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. The example I often use is that if you're a sort of an IT provider and you're buying a lot of large pieces of computer that you have to pay VAT on, and then you're providing your service to oil and gas companies that are VAT registered, it doesn't make a big impact on your client.
No.
But if you're like a jewellery designer who buys little beads and then puts them into a necklace that you would usually charge £10 for, and you have to charge VAT on top of that, the regular Joe Blogs off the street isn't going to be very happy about paying an extra £2 for a necklace just because you're VAT registered. So it can sometimes be worthwhile, but sometimes not. So I often get asked about the flat rate VAT scheme of VAT. So do you want to speak a little bit about what that is, Donnie?
I mean, there's a number of schemes when it comes to VAT. Flat rate VAT is one of them. It's probably the most common one that we deal with. It's a very simplified way of accounting for your VAT, and it's just a flat rate percentage of your turnover or your sales. It's not ideal if you've got a high amount of expenses, so you're always best to ask first if you're never unsure. But basically what will happen is that, let's say you're a photographer and you're charging 20% VAT to your client. Once you've received those monies, instead of passing that on to HMRC, you'll pay a reduced amount, so a flat rate. So for a photographer it's 11%. So by collecting 20% VAT and only paying across 11% VAT, your company's profited by 9%.
Yeah.
You know, who doesn't want to make extra profit?
Yeah, totally. And I suppose the interesting thing about the flat rate VAT scheme is that every different sort of sector has a flat rate VAT.
Yeah, that's correct.
So if you're a photographer, it'll be different to if you are a jewellery designer, or if you're an oil and gas contractor, it'll be a different rate.
Even at the highest percentage, you're probably going to make about a 5% difference.
Okay.
You also get a 1% reduction in your first year, so you know, it's even better.
It's really worthwhile for some people then, yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. So Donnie, the standard rate of VAT is 20%.
Yes.
Are there other rates of VAT?
Yeah, there's a reduced rate of VAT which is 5%. There's also a zero rating, also 0%. There's other goods and services which are exempt from VAT altogether, and you have to watch if it's outside of the UK because VAT rules might not apply depending on where it is that you're providing the services to.
And there might be different rates as well. Okay.
So to sum up, VAT is a tax. If you're VAT registered, you can charge VAT, reclaim VAT, and even profit from VAT.
If you're ever unsure about anything to do with VAT, or if you have any queries at all about this video, then please give us a shout at Freelance World and we'll be more than happy to help.